Welcome to my messy life. Take my hand and dive right on in with me. It's gonna be alright. Messy imperfect life with Leigh.
Yeah, Jill.
Hi.
Jill Bartlett's in the house.
What?
Woo, woo,
I got new boots on.
I saw you. You look like Tammy Wynette.
I know.
Cross them this way towards me. Like, let me hold them up here.
Oh.
How
yeah.
great are
Look at
those?
those shit kickers.
Those are good. So this is Facebook Live, but then that's the real.
Oh, that's
If
the
you
real
really
deal.
want to talk,
Yeah.
that one's going to be the real one.
That's the real one. But
Yeah.
I like looking at you.
Yeah, let's look at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my bad side though, but it's okay. I'm very vain.
So you're vain.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I'm Southern bred, and I think you get it from those ladies. Although my Southern women were not vain. So I don't know. Maybe it's just something I wanted to pick up.
And it's just a little trait I wanted to try on.
I
And
just wanted to try
I
it
haven't
on.
put it down yet. and
Right.
I really care that this is my bad side.
Or maybe I'm just insecure.
I didn't know I had. I've never thought about good and bad side.
Well, mine is because of my teeth.
What?
Because I'm doing Invisalign right now.
Yeah.
So I have one hillbilly tooth. No
She's-
disrespect. I'm a hillbilly.
She's a hillbilly.
I am.
I
But-
only know that because I read that on a piece of paper someone printed me.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't want that
thank
bothers
you.
me.
Hello. Testing. I have one tooth that hides behind this tooth. And it pushed this one out like a sweet little snaggle tooth.
Yeah.
And then I was like watching I was doing ADR for this show I was on called One Mississippi. And I was like, why does it look like I could put a cigarette through a hole in my tooth? Because there was all these shadows. And I immediately went and got Invisalign because it was just getting worse and
Well,
worse.
Invisalign's cool because I can't see that you have it on.
Well, because I don't have it on.
Oh, I was like, it's really invisible.
But I do have these little, this is a boring conversation, but I have these little bumps on my teeth right now that act like as rubber bands, but that's really boring.
Don't.
I'm in my
judge.
40s and have braces.
Yeah, that's the part that's hot.
Yeah.
Especially for someone who's vain. It's like, I'm 40, I have braces, and I'm sweating a lot. So
I'm sweating a lot.
Oh, so this is Jill Bartlett.
Hi, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen. She is an actress.
Yeah, actress and writer.
And a writer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fill
Yeah.
those blanks in because I
Yeah.
only know you as an actress.
Okay. Yeah. The first big job I had, American Body Shop, I met your husband.
Yeah, and my favorite person, Pete Holney.
Oh,
I love him.
he's everything.
Isn't he just a delicious?
He's a throwback man.
He is old school.
Old school. When I was on that show, he kept trying to find me a husband. And he was like, get mad at me that I didn't want to date these like good, solid guys.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
The whole time he was trying to like get me hooked up.
He's amazing. Yeah. He's been
Amazing.
Dave's best friend or greatest friend for like 25 years. And I've got the privilege of being a part of him and his wife, Linda.
I
being
love
a part of their
Linda.
family. Isn't she great?
Yeah.
She makes me laugh. She's quiet and super smart,
Yeah.
but then she says great things. And she belly laughs so hard when I tell a joke. And I'm like, just come with me everywhere.
Yeah.
I love you.
She's one of those people that make you feel really funny.
Yes.
Yeah. We need
Yeah.
those.
So when you came today,
Yeah.
you were bright red
Yeah.
and sweaty.
Yeah.
And you
Mhm.
said, I feel horrible and I have for
a few weeks. I don't want to scare my new boss. I start a show in 2 weeks.
oh no, this is just about our human body, not
Yeah.
work. Like you didn't feel good and you came.
Yes, but I wanted to tell Leigh that I felt like crap so that if I got like a weird mental fog, she could save me. So that's the only reason I told you. I wouldn't have normally.
No, but you told me because you also know you're going to feel better when we're done.
Oh, because I love you and you're like this crazy ray of sunshine.
Oh,
By the way, your neighbor was outside.
Brent, the older guy across the street.
And I remember seeing him on videos.
Yes.
And I said, hey, I know you. And he's like, have you seen me on TV? And I go, well, kind of. I said, I think I saw you on Leigh's videos. And I don't know why. It's probably because I'm feeling so weird, but I just ran up to him and hugged him. And he goes, I'm really sweaty. And I was like, I'm too. And it was like a really weird moment. And then I ran away and he goes, nice boots. It was a very weird moment.
Well, with Brent,
I think I scared him.
No.
Oh.
He was probably extremely excited. And
He liked my boots.
I'm surprised he didn't scream nice boobs.
Oh,
because
well, they're very covered up right now.
You do have nice boobs.
Well, I used to. Now I'm tucking them into my jeans.
And Brent does
After having a
stuff
baby.
like going to give me a kiss. I think it's going to be on the cheek and it's on my mouth. Or then I walk away and he squeezes my butt. And I'm like, Brent,
No, I like that.
keep your hands to yourself.
I miss a little grab it, a
I
little
do like
grab
grab
ass.
ass.
I miss
I
it.
like cat calls.
I do too.
When people go, woo woo, I'm like, thank you.
I
I've been
know.
working out.
I really, really get sad when it doesn't happen. And I'm like, God, all this Me Too is like hurting my self-esteem.
self-esteem.
But then I say, no, that's so not women's lib. Like, don't be like that. But I'm like,
Oh, no, don't judge yourself.
I know.
Shut that voice.
I always do.
Because I'm like, oh gosh, that's such,
I have a nice critter right here.
right.
Just
Your
hangs around.
critter,
My
just
critter.
talking shit all
Yeah,
the time.
He's funny though. So that's good.
No,
Yeah.
you're funny.
Thanks. Or
So you allow your humor into the negative talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but no, that
Every
critter-
bad thing that has ever happened to me has informed my humor and my writing. Every single thing.
Tell me about that.
Okay, well, I'm pitching a pilot right now that I'm really excited about, and it's called Expecting, and it's about a real fuck up 45-year-old who gets pregnant.
And who
And-
would that be mirrored after?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I wrote it while I was pregnant, and this is also something that I wanted to talk about today. It was like probably the first time since my mom died when I was 23 years old that I went any stretch of time without self-medicating.
Oh, during your pregnancy.
Yes.
Me too.
And I couldn't believe, first of all, I couldn't believe that I could do it because I was really sad up until the point that I found out I was pregnant. Not for my whole life, but like for
Holy shit.
like a couple months, because I'll tell you that story too. But I was really sad since the day I was born.
I've been sad for 40,
7,000 years.
until I got pregnant.
I used to say that when I was born, the first words that came out of my mouth were, "Hi, my name's Jill Bartlett, and I apologize in advance." Just always apologizing. But
That should be your book.
right? Yeah.
Actually, that is your book. So just
Yeah.
remember that what you just said is the title of your book, because all the stories,
Wow, that's good.
all the stories that are going to come now and going to come through you to share that are going to help people is from hiding and apologizing and not feeling good enough for whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we all relate to.
Right. Does everybody relate to that?
Yes.
Yeah. Even if they have that bravado, that's
Wh-
usually something underneath that.
Well, everyone's struggling right now
Yeah.
with something.
Yeah.
Because we're here to learn and we can't learn without struggle.
Right.
So we know all of that. So every time I walk into a room, no matter how people look, I already know.
Yes.
I already
me
know.
too.
I got you.
I'm
and I
very
know what's really
intuitive,
going
too.
on.
Yeah.
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 But also because even if people have learned and evolved and evolving, every time something happens, I learn, I step up. It's a new teaching tool for me every time.
Right.
So even though there's that and those kind of people, we all came from human beings who missed the mark. We're not perfect.
Yeah.
And they give us something that in our young brains we perceive with our young brains as something. And so mine was, my mom's in her bedroom. I'm not worthy of her even getting out of bed for. I
Yeah.
suck that bad. Nothing matters. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't I have sex and do drugs and run wild? And
Yes.
why would I give shit about anything?
Right.
And that's how I grew up. So even if I don't have that or I've healed it or it's really small in my life, it still comes up. It's still.
And
so-
I know, and I think about that now that I finally have a baby. And I think like last night, I was making a gin and tonic, even though I don't feel good right now, which is bad.
but
Right?
Don't
And
say, just wait.
I know the
just want
critter. Jill, stop
Yeah.
judging.
Yeah. And fuck good or bad.
Okay.
Live your life your way.
So I was making
Yes.
a drink, and I saw him just staring at it as I put the ice cubes in, and I literally went, no, you're never doing this. You're never doing this. Like, I didn't want it to be like, I noticed him looking at like a rocks glass a lot. Like, and it
How
might just
old
be
is
because he's God, I always underestimate his
9?
age because I wanna seem like I'm doing better than I am. Because if he's only 6 months old,
Yeah.
you're doing really good.
He's 3 months.
Yeah, I keep doing that. And just now I told
Ben.
that how old did I say he was? 8 months old?
Yes.
Yeah, he's 10 months old. I just did the math in my head. But I don't like
Well,
the younger he is, the better I'm doing.
yeah, right. I get
Yeah,
that.
you know?
Yeah. But you know what's so funny is our thoughts about him seeing the ice is your thoughts about yourself.
Yeah.
And we project on our kids.
Yeah.
And
So
we
I'm
tell
wondering,
them,
what is
you
that
can't
thing?
do this because something inside of me thinks it's bad or wrong. And that's my story.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put it on you anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's let him watch. He's probably looking at the shiny, beautiful ice.
I know.
Or the sparkly glass, if you have a crystal glass.
I do.
So he's enjoying just the
Yes.
flow
And in my
of
mind,
things.
he's going,
He's judging
Mommy's
you.
taking her medicine.
Oh, shit, mom's drinking again.
Mom's drinking her medicine.
Ow,
Yeah.
ow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not what's happening.
Hell no.
And Mike was like, my husband was just like, calm down. Like,
Well, I think right
he'll
now,
have a drink. And I'm like, no, he won't. Because I have a lot of alcoholism in my family.
yeah,
big
so
time.
what we do is we come as parents with our stories, with our perceptions of what are right and wrong.
Yeah.
And these people who are not ours, they just came to the planet through us, are on their own freaking path. They don't think exactly like us. They haven't been
And
through all
he
the
is-
experiences.
and
They're not
he
tainted.
Is supposed to be here. My God. Because this
Tell me.
story is
Tell me.
insanity.
Tell me the story.
Okay. So the truth is that I've never really spoken out loud. I wasn't sure if I wanted a kid. Okay. And, I do all
Why
the...
didn't you speak that out loud?
Well, not like publicly. I think my best friends know. But like I've, all my Facebook posts are all the highlights and,
Everyone's.
all,
Yeah.
the beautiful pictures of Arlo and all that. And I wrote one honest post. I think it was New Year's Eve. I always write like kind of a cathartic story when the new year comes.
Beautiful.
And this one was all true. But what I didn't say was a big part of me not being able to have a child was that energetically the universe and God knew I wasn't sure. And I wasn't. And there was a time that Mike and I were sitting on the couch and I looked at him in the eyes and I said, will you be okay if we don't have a baby? And he said, I will not be okay. And that was the moment that maybe without a lot of self-reflection, I decided to start doing in vitro, even though I wasn't sure. So we did it. Nothing worked. I had 5 embryos, Leigh, that all had Down syndrome or something worse. That couldn't be all 5 of them. And they were all really healthy, like strong embryos. They grade them. Like I never got A's and B's in school. And they were all A's and B's. So the doctor was even kind of shocked. He was like, wow, you got these 5 strong embryos. They did this last biopsy on them and they were all not compatible with life. That's how they put it.
So they did like testing from this, they pulled it from the little
From
embryo?
the embryo.
Okay.
And I had 3 boys and 2 girls. You even know how many boys and girls you have. It's crazy. And that day when they called me, I think I felt 2 ways. I felt like, well, I tried everything. I did it all. So I'm not supposed to have a baby. And then I also felt like I'd lost 5 babies.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's crazy.
And the doctor sat me down and he said, Jill, it's time to hang it up. Your eggs are too old. And you can look at donor eggs. And I was willing to do that. I was like, you know what? Great. I'll have some hot 25-year-old lady's egg inside me. And then when the baby's born, if anything's wrong with it, it's not my fault.
And maybe I could break the cycle of alcoholism.
Yes. I didn't want this baby to have any of my traits. And I was like really into that. And Mike's like, you are so weird. And I'm like, this is the perfect plan. I'll cook it, but it won't have any of my issues.
Is that what you guys did?
No,
Okay.
he wouldn't. He said, I want a part of you, or I don't want just a part of me.
Yeah. Adopt or
So we
let's-
thought we got on the adoption train.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was over. The doctor was like, don't even go through another, cycle of in vitro because I'm just going to take all your money and it's going to be the same result. All your eggs are fakaked. They're all scrambled, And 2 months later, I was pregnant the old-fashioned way. I mean, we were shocked. And I was like the unicorn at the doctor's office. So we had 10 weeks to wait to see if the baby had Down syndrome because I was 1 in 15. And by the way, I really thought about the outcome of that and still continuing. We were afraid that we got pregnant naturally because there was so much that could go wrong. So
What does that mean?
because I already had the evidence that it would be wrong, that something would be wrong, really wrong with the baby. So when
You
I was
actually had no evidence except what the doctor prior said about those 5.
well, the 5 embryos were all
And then you hear your stuff's bad and old.
yes.
So you heard negative, 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 but you had no evidence. You just heard stuff from him because everything is new and fresh and different in the moment, each moment.
Yeah. So
you were locked in. It's just so interesting when we get negative stuff.
but it wasn't so much as negative as there was real evidence that scientifically my eggs were a certain age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't like I was thinking negatively. It was, and I knew I could get pregnant because I had had a miscarriage previously.
I think more what I'm saying is science doesn't interest me all that much.
Yeah.
Because I expect miracles.
Yes.
And because life is magical.
Yeah.
But when we settle for a thought, it becomes our reality.
Right.
So that's all I mean about it. Is
Right.
that you had this feedback that all is doom.
But when I found out I was pregnant,
Yeah.
I had one pregnancy test left. I peed on it and I said, I have cancer because there's a cancer that gives you a positive pregnancy test. And I went into Mike's office and I showed it to him and he said, you have cancer. No, but we went to the doctor the next day.
I've never even heard that there's
it's a hormone cancer. It will turn a pregnancy test positive.
And
So
you're
of
not-
course, and I was
So
like, there's
you
no way I
didn't
can
believe it.
No.
Yes.
And so
You're like, oh, that's why I feel weird. I'm sick.
Yeah.
That's why we're not getting kids.
yes. And so basically we go to the doctor and I'm already 8 weeks pregnant. And I'm like, why does my tumor have a heartbeat? You know what I mean? And he's like, Jill, this looks really good.
Oh.
And at that moment, I believed. I was like, something's going on.
Yeah.
This baby.
Yeah. I have to talk about a few things that
Yeah.
you said that I was like, oh, we have to take a pause during that. No, I can't remember. Damn it to hell.
That's okay.
Keep talking. It will come back to me.
What do
But
you
there
wanna
was something,
talk about?
I try and stay present now and
Yeah.
really just listen.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, the thing that I want to say is gone. But if
You
it's
should
supposed-
interrupt me.
No, I don't want to anymore. But I'm gonna let that thing happen where if it was supposed to come back, it will come back. But it was something beautiful about your story. Oh, no, it wasn't beautiful. Actually, it was just a really great teaching or a learning moment. So you said that you were unable to get pregnant.
Mhm.
And
Well,
you
I was able to get pregnant, but
Ugh.
the results weren't. Everything was having a miscarriage, or
Oh, you were having miscarriages?
I did.
You did mention that.
Yeah, I did. I said I had a miscarriage previously, so I knew I could get pregnant. I had a miscarriage.
Oh, I didn't know that you could.
In 2014, I had a miscarriage.
Okay.
And then when I did in vitro, all the embryos were not right.
So when you had the thought, I'm not sure I even want to have kids,
Mm-hmm.
you got pregnant after that?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. That's really weird because our body reacts to what our mind
Yeah.
thinks. So if we think I don't want to have kids, your body's like, then I'm not going to allow her to have kids because I'm
Right.
following this boss.
But I had changed after I got pregnant. You know when you're told like you can't do something?
Yeah.
And then you're like, I want that thing. So after
Did you have joy the first time you got pregnant when you miscarried?
No.
When you found out? No.
No. I was terrified because Mike and I weren't in a great financial situation. Yeah. And then this time when I found out I was pregnant, I knew it was right. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And I had the greatest pregnancy. And I loved being pregnant.
Oh my gosh. Some people love it and some people are ambivalent and some people don't. I didn't have any sort of like, I love my body. I'm feeling so alive. I just got fat as all get out.
I can't imagine you fat. You're so tiny.
Oh my gosh. I weighed 100 and I gained 80 pounds.
That's a lot for a pregnancy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 180.
Yeah. 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 You're tiny.
Dave said even my nose gained weight. He said, I just remember one night talking to you at dinner, looking at you
She's
and
got a
he's like,
fat nose.
oh, even her nose changed.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't gain. I
No,
gained like
because
25 pounds.
Normal.
Yeah.
Normal. That's a normal person. That's what's suggested, 25 to 35.
Yeah.
I'm not normal. And I would eat the healthy things and then eat fried cheese.
Yeah.
Or I'd
Yeah.
have the healthy protein thing and then I'd eat 5
But you were so
pancakes.
young, right? When you were pregnant.
30.
That's young. So
32.
I was old. And so I was like, I'm going to like work out every day and I'm going to take extra good care of myself because I had to.
Yes.
I bet you if I would have been pregnant at 33, I would have been my sister gained like 65 pounds. I would have been like that.
Yeah. Were you on a show when you were pregnant?
Oh my God. This is what's exciting about how Hollywood is changing.
Yeah. So
I did not announce that I was pregnant till I was 7 months.
Because you didn't show much?
I just had this weird feeling that nobody would call me in for auditions if they knew I was pregnant, and I could still hide it. So I wanted to still be called in.
Yes.
So this great casting director that I love, G. Charles Wright, called me in for this new pop show. And my manager said, she's 7 months pregnant. And he couldn't say, well, fuck her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because then that could be bad for him. Yeah.
So I go in pregnant as hell, and it's for like that wheelhouse part that I do, like the milfy, woman who
Let's see it a little bit.
She just, her 18-year-old, like she just pretends like that's her boyfriend, and like she's just, that's my wheelhouse part. I'm like always low status, like I'm always like a secretary or just with the boobs and the voice, and you know what I mean? And
we appreciate you secretaries.
It was one of those parts, and I was like, oh, I fucking got this, and it was all improvised, so I could like write my own jokes, which is, I don't think I've ever booked a part when they haven't allowed me to improvise, by the way. And that's what cued me into like that I needed to write. So anyway, I go into the audition, and I'm huge. Like I'm 7 months pregnant, and I have these 4-inch high heels on, and it's Stan Zimmerman. He was a writer, and James Berg, and they wrote on the Golden Girls. And they're these amazing guys. And G and I just improvised. And I so knew I wasn't going to get this part because the character wasn't pregnant. And she was this milfy, lady.
Well, it's almost more hilarious having a pregnant woman going, hey, that's my boyfriend. He's like, I'm your son.
I'm just, yeah. And exactly. And so I just felt like, who gives a fuck? I'm going to do whatever. Can I say fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, I won't say it that much more.
But when we think who gives a fuck, our life opens up and we have so much freedom.
I took my shoe off and I put my foot on his leg. The casting director and I was rubbing his leg with my feet. And it was so fun. And at the end, I looked at them all and I said, you guys, I can't believe you saw me for this part when I'm 7 months pregnant. And Stan Zimmerman said the funniest thing. He goes, oh, I didn't fucking want you to come in at 7 months pregnant. He was just like, it was them. And it was so funny. And I just like said, you're dead to me. And I walked out. Yeah. And they called and they're like, you're pinned for this part. And I'm like, I'm pregnant. They're like, you're not always going to be pregnant. It's going to shoot. So the long and the short of it is 8 days before I gave birth, I did the studio and network test. 8 days. I mean, the baby was going like poof, poof. And it was a 2-hour improvised audition.
Wow.
We basically improvised the pilot for the studio and the network. We had lights, sound.
Are you and the other characters?
Yeah, me and the other characters.
See how you work together?
That they were testing, yeah. And it was so nuts. I mean, when I got home, I felt like his arm was hanging out of my vagina. It was like crazy. And I was on high heels. And they gave me the fucking show. And
wait. You took it.
I took that show, even though I was out to hear, they were like, that's the character.
Yes.
She's going to have that baby and she's not going to be pregnant. And I was so excited that a room full of men could see me.
Yes.
Even though I had a baby that was about to be born in 8 days.
That is such a huge thing.
And CBS was so lovely to me. They gave me a parking spot. They didn't want me to wear high heels. They sent me flowers after the baby was born.
Aww.
It was amazing.
I like to hear positive stories like that, especially in Hollywood.
Oh my God.
Because people...
There was nothing but love.
There's nothing but love. And love is so rampant and so available.
And Stan Zimmerman and James Berg they're like, I can't wait to cut to, I got the part, but the show didn't get picked up. So that was disappointing because it was such a magical show.
Oh, yeah.
But I will work with them again.
Yeah.
And I can't say enough about them that they believed in me 8 days before I was going to have a baby.
And you, like you showed up today not feeling well, you showed up pregnant and I'm going in. And I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because I'm pregnant. I know they're not going to give it to me, which gave you the freedom to kick ass.
And I tried to take that lesson in my non-pregnant life. And I have been. And it's been really cool.
Yeah, so that show didn't go, but you got what you got into it for. You got freedom.
Yes.
You got to know your power regardless of how your body looks.
Yes.
Right? Because you own the room with men who normally are like, we don't want to deal with
And
this
I
shit.
was the sexiest I've ever been.
Yeah.
And I just ignored myself from the waist down. And I walked around like I just owned that place. And it was the first time in my life that I wasn't body self-conscious because I'm pregnant. Who cares? I'm not trying to suck it in.
And you guys, I'm sitting with Jill right now, and I just think this is so beautiful for us to realize is that if you could see her, and I'm sure if you look her up on, how do they look you up?
I don't know, IMDb?
I don't, well, no, IMDb, and you put in Jill Bartlett, but what about like on Instagram?
Yeah. Instagram. My name's Jilly Denise on Instagram.
Jilly Denise.
At Jilly Denise.
If you look her up, she's stunning. She's a twig. She has huge boobs, but she sees body image problems and not being cute enough and not looking right or being,
Yeah.
And it's so funny what we do to ourselves.
Yeah.
Because if you could stop the stories that are lies,
Yes.
the lies that are spinning on your wheel, if you could stop that, then you could be in deep gratitude for your body and you could really fully use it in all that you do. I know you use it in your comedy and you do, your jokes, you show your boobs and all that.
But you know what? Since I've had a baby,
You're doing
a
it
lot of stuff has shifted for me.
Oh, tell
in
me.
the best way.
Tell me.
I don't know. And by the way, I don't think you have to have a baby to be a mother. Or there's a million ways to mother. And I
agree.
I feel like sometimes, and I'm about to do a show about mothers. And I really want to say that I don't think the end all be all is being a mother. I think there are so many ways to fulfill whatever thing you need to fulfill in your life.
The end all be all is loving yourself.
Yes.
And knowing why you're on the planet and helping others. That's it.
Right.
Parenting is a new opportunity of learning. It's a pressure cooker of learning that never ends until someone dies. It's a forever learning thing. It's fucking forever. Trust me.
I literally just saw myself as a cartoon running through that plaster wall and leaving the mark.
Because I just realized I'll be 67 when Eve graduates from college.
Oh, dude, I always do the math. I'm like, I'm going to get my AARP card before he's even in fifth grade.
Oh
hey, yo, like what?
What happened?
But who cares? Because guess what? We're just all dying. So who cares?
That's what I love so much. I used to have thoughts about divorce and other things that I thought divorce was fine if one person sat down and was no longer partnering or walking forward or working with the other person, then you're not in partnership. So I thought that was okay. But I still held a little judgment about divorce. Like, oh, they just couldn't quite tough it out.
Yeah.
A little judgment.
Yeah.
And then Dave and I are taking a break and noodling what our next steps are in our marriage, if we're still serving each other, if it's run its course.
That's so healthy.
And all of a sudden I realized all the thoughts I had around divorce are bullshit because everything is impermanent. Nothing lasts. Everything's changing. Our body's changing every day.
Yeah.
We look different.
They say every 7 years you have a completely new body. All your cells change.
Yeah, everything is changing and growing and blooming and dying. Nothing is forever. Nothing except I believe our soul goes back to the stars.
I do too.
Yeah, our consciousness.
Yeah.
But nothing's forever. So if I'm in a marriage that's no longer serving me or him, what a disservice to stay in it.
Yeah.
Because
also for the world.
That's not why we're on the planet. We're on the planet to soar.
Yeah.
And to share. And with people, we stayed in it for the kids. That's like I'm thinking like a noose. That's saying I have left why I'm on the planet.
Yeah.
I'm not taking care of myself.
Being a martyr.
I'm going to suffer unhappy.
Yeah.
For someone outside of me. What? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's been a real eye-opener for me. Every time I hold any judgment on anything, God hits me upside the head.
Oh, man.
And then I'm like, oh, yeah, don't judge anyone for anything because you have no freaking idea what they have gone through and what's going on.
Yeah.
And so I love this whole thing with me and Dave right now because it's allowed me to crush the judgment.
And like when you say that you guys took a break to figure stuff out, was that kind of like we went away to talk about all this stuff? Or
No. Things just got kind of like too heavy.
Uh-huh.
And I said, let's take a break because this is not healthy and we're getting mad at each other. And when I'm fighting with you in the morning and then I go see the kids, I'm like, what? Because I'm already heated. I said, let's take a break and breathe and whatever. And he agreed and he went to an apartment. And in that time, I was like, everything was light.
Yeah.
The windows were open. The kids were dancing. The candles were lit. The music was back on. You know,
because the energy was different.
The energy was different. Yeah. And it's fresh and we're laughing, you know, but when it's off kilter, if you don't really like each other and you're not supporting each other and you're not loving each other, it's a disservice to stay in front of the kids.
Yeah.
Because your partner, you're modeling what marriage can look like.
That's right. And you can always love somebody.
Oh, I love him
but
forever.
not like them. And that's really problematic because, you know, I've gone through things in my marriage too, where we love each other till the end of time. But if we don't like each other, then every day is a drag.
It's a drag. And you can work on it and go to therapy. There's so many tools, but if the other one's not willing to work on it or do the part, then you're alone again.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, that's not why we're here. We're here to be in partnership.
Yep.
Yeah. I just think that's interesting. I don't know why that came up.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, I think with just parenting, I don't know.
Yeah, when I ran through the wall.
Oh, when you ran out.
My
run
soul
with you.
ran through. I can see it.
Something about parenting that I learned, I think after 13 years of doing it. No, I learned it actually earlier. I learned something else at 13 years. But I learned from the beginning, because my mom was absent, locked behind the door.
God.
And
was she
mentally
bipolar?
ill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alcoholic, drug addict, and bipolar.
Well, she was self-medicating. Yeah.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Yeah.
So anyway, when my kids were crying, Charlie was a baby, and then Margot came, and I was feeling overwhelmed. And then I was thinking, I don't know how to sew. I don't bake.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of mom am I?
Yeah.
You know, and I was thinking all these thoughts that we do when we're alone with our fucking crazy selves.
Yeah.
And then I just paused and I thought, took a drink of water there.
Yeah.
In the pause. I thought, if I could have had anything from my mom, what would it have been? And I just thought for a minute, I would want her to see me. Like, she never looked at me.
Yeah.
I mean, she would look at me sometimes, but not really look at me. And I would want her to hear me. I would want to be seen and heard.
So those were your gifts to your children.
Those are the two most important things for human beings to know that they matter.
Yes.
Right? Because they're seen and heard. So
That
that
make me cry.
it's reflecting back
Yeah.
that I hear you and I see you. You matter.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that. And then in that moment, when my kids were little, I thought, oh, that's all I have to do.
Yeah.
I don't have to go take a baking class. I don't have to be all the room moms. I don't have to make the cutest gift bags. I don't even have to throw a good party.
Just hand them a muffin like this.
Yeah, just freaking look at
Staring at them.
I see you. but it is the simplicity
Yeah.
of that. And it lets everything else go away. And then you just pick and choose things you like or that the kids like to support them.
That's good advice because I'm a new mom and the beginning 4 months.
Oh, it's hell.
And you know,
It's hell because you're
probably
exhausted.
you didn't have your mother. Probably if you guys had a weird fractured relationship, you probably didn't have her around when you had kids at first.
She didn't know their names until
Oh my God.
before she died.
So you were just like me where you didn't have a mother to talk to show you how to do shit.
No, and
Like-
it wasn't modeled for anything too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. My mom was her name was Peggy Sue Stinnett, and she was
Peggy
a Southern
Sue.
girl from Tennessee. But I named my son Loudon. His middle name is Loudon after where my mom grew up in Tennessee.
Loudon's cool.
Loudon, Arlo Loudon. He just sounds like
Arlo Loud.
Arlo Loudon dance.
I love it.
We
I love
call him the
Loudon. I
Jew-billies.
just call him Loud.
Mike's Jewish, and I'm a hillbilly, so he's a little Jew Billy.
Oh,
I know.
you have a Jubilee baby.
I know. He's so cute.
He's
But
darling.
what was I talking about?
I don't know.
It was something about my mom.
Oh,
Yeah. So when I
yeah.
had the baby, I mean, I tried, but I had such bad anxiety. There was this one moment. Have you ever heard of a hair tourniquet?
No.
Okay. It's one of those real scary things that is like an urban legend that babies can get. Where a hair from your head, the mom's head, wraps around either a toe or a baby penis 100 times and cuts off circulation. Okay.
Okay, so why the hell do you know that?
I don't know. Because I was reading so much weird
Yeah,
stuff
don't read.
about babies. Well, I'm glad I did. Because
You did that?
my baby is crying in a onesie.
No way!
And I lift him up and I'm like, no poo, no pee. He just took it. Like, what's going? And I don't know what happened, but God went with like a straw and an idea. He put in my head, hair tourniquet. I swear to God, Leigh. And I ran to the changing table and I took off his onesie. And sure as shit, there's a hair wrapped around his baby toe 1,000 times. And his toe is like swollen around the hair. So you can't even, I pulled the hair. I saw that tail of the hair and I pulled it, but I didn't even know if I got it because his little toe was so swollen around the indention that you could. So I'm like, I knew it. A hair tourniquet. But I was so glad it wasn't on his little pee-pee. So then
I've been in parenting 20 years. I've never heard of a hair
please look it up
tourniquet.
tonight. Everyone look it up. So I take him to the urgent care and they stick his whole foot in Nair to try to break the hair because Nair takes off hair.
That's hilarious.
I know. And this little poor baby's foot is in Nair. And I'm like, hey guys, maybe we should have just put it on a Q-tip and like put it on the toe part. Not as 3 weeks later, all the skin on his foot peels off because of the Nair.
Please don't ever go to that urgent care again.
I know. So then they go, we don't know if we got it. You got to go to the emergency room. So I go there and the doctor's like, Jill, I think you got it when you initially pulled it, but I can't tell. The only way I can really tell is if I do a little incision on the indention. And I was like, you're not doing that. I'll stay up with his baby toe all night. So I stayed up with his baby toe all night while he was asleep, looking at it, putting Nair on it. And the hair was gone. But
oh my God.
Guess what I did after that?
What?
I got on Lexapro.
Why?
I was so anxious, Leigh.
Oh.
I had such bad anxiety that I took 10 milligrams of Lexapro and it really helped me.
Oh, you know what? I want to acknowledge you for that.
And I'm weaning off of it now, which
Good.
could be another reason why I'm sweating and all weird.
But I have to tell you a few things.
Okay.
Number one, they make those medicines for a reason.
Yes.
Number two, we're not here to suffer.
No.
I'm a big believer in feeling level when you're off level. But also,
I had to take care of this baby and he just got a hair tourniquet.
Yeah.
And I was beside myself freaking out.
Yeah.
And that was the moment where I was like, I have a friend, I think Jack Plotnick said this. Do you know Jack Plotnick? He said, when it's hysterical, it's historical.
Yes. It's from old wounds.
And I was so out of this world hysterical over this baby's toe tourniquet that I was like, I need help.
Yeah.
Because I need to be here for this baby.
Yeah.
And I had no shame about getting some medicine.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
I love medicine. I do. I love medicine. I also love doing the internal work.
Yeah.
Because the Lexapro will calm it down, but what is simmering is still inside of you.
Right.
So let's work on that together. I would not mind to help you with that. We're going to do it right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
No, but I'm happy you took care of yourself that way because if we're not balanced, our kid's not balanced.
And
our
also
home's
people
not
don't talk
balanced.
about postpartum anxiety. They talk about like postpartum psychosis where you like want to kill your kid. But if you're crying 17 times a day in your shower or in a parking lot because you're so anxious all the time that your baby's dead in his crib when he's just asleep, like you need some help. And we shouldn't be ashamed about it.
Shame on nothing.
Yes.
I have no judgment or shame on anything.
Yeah.
Because
I don't really either. I think I'm mean to myself sometimes, but the stuff I've been through and the things I've endured and how I got through that, I don't have shame for.
What have you endured and gotten through?
I think my mother dying at 46 years old was really set a tone for my life to not grow up. It's like as if I wanted to stay the age that I was when she died. And she was my everything.
Oh.
She was just, and I know people always speak well of the dead. They idealize people, but she really was an angel. And she was so funny. Oh my God. She was, I didn't know how to live after she died.
Because you were so attached to her and it was so painful.
I flunked kindergarten. Who flunks kindergarten?
I don't think that's possible.
I did. I flunked kindergarten because I literally was at the window going like, Mommy, like looking for my mom the whole time. They said, this child is not ready.
So it's so interesting because that's anxiety.
Yeah.
Standing at the window looking for your mom is anxiety.
Yeah.
So that anxiety is freezing you and holding you.
I know, but I always had an intuition that I wasn't going to have her very long. Since I was a little tiny girl.
How long did you have her?
I had her until I was about 22.
That's
which is a
pretty damn
long time. But
that's pretty damn long.
I'm telling you, she was so young when she had me. Because do the math, she died when she was 46. But like, even when I was like 9, 10 years old, and she'd just be like at the bowling alley with her girlfriends, I would like write her letters that were like, Mommy, I know that you're never going to read this because you're probably dead. Like, I was terrified to be separated from her. And I don't know what that was. I don't know if we're like massive soul,
No, soul stuff is easy, good flow. Soul doesn't cause anxiety or you can't be away from them because your soul knows that you're together forever.
I'm telling you, when she left the house, it was like I walked around like everything, like my life was over.
You were like a mother with a child.
Yes.
Like you lost mothers, many mothers, or some mothers, or one mother, I don't know. When they have a child, it's their excuse to lose themselves and not have to live their life. And
I completely lost myself in my mother.
Yeah. Just kind of flipped.
Yeah. I always wanted to take care of her and make sure she was okay. She had a really volatile relationship with my dad. And
how long were they together?
They were together for 20 years, from when they were like 18.
Oh, no. So your whole life was your mom and dad. And then your mom died.
No, kind of. They got a divorce when I was 16. And it was brutal. It was very, very, very chaotic and scary and not great.
Was life kind of chaotic and scary with their volatile relationship your whole?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm assuming, never assume. What I'm feeling is that when you were little and missing her so much, already in your body was worry from the tumultuous relationship
she had with my dad.
Yeah, and that you saw her suffer.
Yes.
And you wanted to help her and protect her.
Yes.
And so being in that room with these other little kids, you're like, get me the hell out of here.
I got to go take care of my mom. I got to make sure she's okay.
Oh, wow. That's a big ass burden.
Yeah.
It's a big ass burden for your little body and your little mind.
Yeah. That's probably where my anxiety stems
all of
from.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And today with your kid over, you're repeating how you felt when you were little, wanting to take care of your mom and worried about her, didn't want to leave her. You wrote her letters every day, you're going to die. And then your son's asleep and you're going, he's dying. I'm sure he's dying. He's not breathing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same pattern.
God, I sound like a real catch.
But guess what? Guess what? I'm glad we're talking about it because people who have anxiety today, it didn't just start.
Yeah.
It's deep-seated.
Right.
It's historical.
Yes.
And it's so good to hear this right now from you because people who have anxiety can go, when did this start? You can pinpoint it.
You know, Leigh, I've never thought about this. I really haven't. That my anxiety started as a child because I was worried about my mother.
And it hasn't been able to escape your body.
Yes.
And then it takes over. And then we become hysterical. Or we think too crazy. Or we worry about everything. And we're missing what's in front of us, life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just what I was sensing is it has nothing to do with being a mom.
No.
But it heightened it when
Yeah.
your baby was little and you cared so deeply and you were so afraid of losing him.
Yeah.
That even the hair tourniquet
Yes.
triggered hysteria.
Yeah.
Like you standing at the window and flunking kindergarten because of anxiety.
Who flunks kindergarten?
A girl ridden with anxiety.
You
who
only
wants
flunk
to help
kindergarten
her mom.
if you can't take a nap. And
Or you stand at a window.
Yes.
Before I didn't think it was possible.
You can't eat snacks and you fail at eating snacks and you fail at a nap. That's how you flunk
So
kindergarten.
you're a failure.
I'm a failure at
And you gotta
napping and
protect your
snacking.
mom.
Yes.
You had a hard
stupid.
childhood. Those three things are enough. That's it. That's a perfect setup.
But I feel really lucky too.
Well, that's the same.
I feel so lucky in my
Yes.
life.
Yes.
I have amazing friends and I have this new son who I never thought would be given to me. And also I'm doing this new show that I want to talk about. It's called The Pump and Dump Show.
Oh, wait. Can I say something really quick before you? Because I want to listen to that.
Yes.
what I love so much is you said, I said, what your childhood, that perfect, those 3 words were enough to cause you anxiety and to give you a story to learn from and overcome as an adult.
Oh my God.
That's all that is from childhood.
Yes.
We get a story
Yes.
that we believe to be true, but then we can become adults and realize, oh, I'm still living under a 7-year-old thought.
Yeah.
It's not real. It's not happening now. And I can allow myself a new way of being. And then to hear you say, but I'm so happy. And I
Yeah.
have this husband, great friends. I have a beautiful son. I have a new show.
And that chaos too. And I want to give a shout out to my brother and sister who are like my everything.
What are their names?
Amy and David.
Hi, Amy and David.
Hi, I love you. David's my younger brother and Amy's my older sister. And that chaos made us a gang, a sibling gang. They are my ride or die best friends. We laugh about all the shit. We are always there for each other.
Aww.
And that's what I got out of all that chaos was
that gift.
a brother and sister that are my best friends.
Oh,
So
that's so precious.
we feel really lucky about that. And my brother, he won't mind me talking about this because it's his life's journey. He was an alcoholic. And I actually went back home about 7 years ago and put him in rehab. And he did not want to go.
Nope.
He was fighting it. But now he runs a very successful rehab center in Northwest Indiana, and he saves lives every single
This
day.
is the gift of life.
Yes.
This is the gift.
All his, as Mike would say, mishigas turned into a tally of like,
Things I have to go do.
oh my God, he is the greatest. These alcoholics and drug addicts love my brother because he's been through it and he can speak their language and he's saving people left and right.
You
Yeah.
guys, that's what, when I said we're here to learn and be of service, whatever.
And my sister too. My sister is a hospice nurse. So David saves lives and Amy crosses people over and I tell jokes.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And I'm real cute and have big boobs and on TV shows. But you're making people laugh.
that's a healing
She's
thing too.
crossing them over. You're making people
David's
laugh.
saving them. Yeah.
And David's saving him.
Crazy.
Then they get a laugh and then they get to go with her at the end.
And then they check out with Amy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's the beauty of life is the things that happen to us are for us.
Yes.
So if you can get where you came from, everything that I do is built on the foundation of you are not alone because I felt entirely alone my whole life, even
Wow.
married with kids
Wow.
until I realized it and started working with it because my mom left me alone and my siblings were all fending for themselves. And I was in this house with all these people completely alone. So now I only do everything I do, which is talk about my mess.
I love
cry.
it. I
I'm
love every
vulnerable.
video you ever make. I love when you walk around town and you sing with people.
I stopped that. I got to
No,
resurrect
you need
that.
to do that again.
I got to do that again.
Leigh, I fell in love with you watching those videos.
Oh, they
I'm
were called
serious.
stranger duets.
I loved those.
And I made myself do
I remember
one every day.
I remember one with an old lady or something in a nail salon. Do you remember that one? There was a lady in a nail
with
salon.
dark hair.
Yes.
I just ran into her.
I loved that one.
I need to rewatch it
Yes.
because I was kind of joking with her a little bit, right?
Yeah, but she was cool and she told
was
some cool
so
stories and she had a
cool.
lot of wisdom
Yes.
and she was really open.
You know what's so damn weird is I have not seen that was years ago.
I remember that one that sticks with me is because like you would like, I think the reason is we look at people right in our life and we never know their story and we make judgments about people. And then you talk to this lady and she was so cool and so open and slapped on some wisdom on all of us. And you're like, wow.
I know I'm super aware that every single person that comes next to me in an elevator, it's not happenstance. They are next to me for a reason.
I do a weird thing in elevators that I have to tell you after the story.
No, you can tell it right now.
You know when somebody comes in an elevator and you're like over here and they automatically go over here, I always go like stand right next to them and they're so uncomfortable.
Do you say anything?
No, I just walk over and stand next to them and I just want to see what will happen.
What happens normally?
They just are very uncomfortable and they're like, hi. And I'm just like, hi. Like, I just want
But
to
what?
stand near you. Why do I do that?
Just to be close to them?
I don't know. I just want to see what will happen.
Mix it up?
Like, yeah, like the other day I was in CVS and I was checking out, and there was this awesome, she looked like she was in a bad mood. And I got my stuff and I looked at her and I said, thank you. I love you. And she goes, I love you too. She yelled, I love you too. Like, I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
It was hilarious though. But
how good does it feel?
And then my husband gets mad at me because every time I order like takeout, I'll say like, yeah, we want like Penang curry, blah, blah, blah. And they go, okay, like $33. And I go, I love you. And I hang up and then Mike has to go pick it up. And then they are always like, huh? They give him like little gifts. Like, who's the crazy lady that says she loves us? I go, I love you. And they go, oh, okay. You know, I didn't just do a racist. Did I just do like I just did a bad like Asian voice and I didn't mean to.
I didn't notice.
Okay.
I didn't notice.
I didn't mean to do that.
I like the loud lady's voice. I was picturing her ethnicity.
Yeah.
When you were like,
I love you too.
But she was Asian?
She was amazing. No, she wasn't.
No. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I can't help but talk to the person next to me.
I love that.
Because we're connected.
Yes.
Because they're my brother or sister of the humankind.
So what do you say when you get into the elevator?
I don't know because I don't have a go-to.
Right.
I feel the room.
Yeah.
The elevator
I feel
room.
the Vader.
So when I go to get shoulder therapy, I pulled my rotator cuff or toward or something, and I've been doing shoulder therapy. Every time I go in the elevator, it's not a long ride. There's 3 floors.
Oh, shit.
There's some magic in this elevator. And like one time I got in, it was packed. And I was like, I came in standing forward, of course, and didn't turn around. It was just like smiling at everyone. And then the lady in the back yelled something. This is my floor. You know, she was like yelled. She was tiny in the corner, scream. So we all stepped aside. And I said, I'm going to miss you. It was so good riding with you. As the door closed.
And she just looked back like, what in the hell?
Or I said, bye, babe. It was so right. You know, something just popped out of my mouth impulsively.
Yeah.
And the guy goes behind me. There are 2 20-year-old guys. And they were like, who'd you call babe? And I was like, you.
Hilarious.
And then these people started laughing. And I was like, where are you guys going? And then we were all laughing and talking. And we're friends. And I got to the 3rd floor. That was maybe 30 seconds. I don't know.
You're magic.
And we were all so touched and liked each other.
You're magic.
Like I could have just gone on a vacation with them right there.
I love that.
But it is so beautiful to realize it. Every single freaking person, I want to touch them, especially if they're assholes.
Yeah.
Because
you know they're in pain
so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying, well, I did write a thing about saying, I love you. So when people send texts, they say, love you. That's just a very comfortable, non-vulnerable, little bit.
Or a heart. Or like LUV, you.
Well, anytime anyone writes LOVEYOU, love you, they don't put the I.
Yeah.
They're not owning it.
Right.
So I said, let's take the challenge of if you want to write that, write I love you.
Yeah.
Because you do probably love them, even though you feel too vulnerable to say it or feel stupid. But if we could all say that to each other, when you say that, I love you, pepperoni pizza, please. Yeah, I'll take a crushed pepper. Love you. I love you. Yeah. And even now when I send a
Mike is so mad.
Love you, that I always go back and remember to put the I before I send it.
That's a good thing to do.
It's owning
if you really love that person.
I also love everyone because we're all connected.
Yes.
I don't want to make out with everyone or have him as my best friend.
I almost made out with Brent outside.
I think he probably tried to slip you his tongue or butt grabbed you.
I think he was weirded out because I hugged him in a weird way.
We'll ask him.
Okay.
I'll ask him.
Okay.
If you hugged him in a weird way,
I did.
I promise.
And I think I got makeup on his shirt too because I was sweating. And then when I ran away, he said, I like your boots.
And I'm sure he said boobs. I know him. I just said to him today, I think he was like, come here, honey. I said, no, you're so sick, Brent. Stop it. He was like, what?
Sugar.
You look good.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know.
Can you blame him?
To stop it. Yeah, I don't blame him.
What's not to like? Look at this.
But he's always a little ass grabber. I'm like, Brent, I don't know.
I guess that's not right.
No, it is right if you're playful and
Brent.
fun. Yeah, boundaries, Brent. Yeah, yeah.
What else? What else?
Your show. I want to hear about it.
Yeah. Well, I guess the way I wanted to talk about it was that it's crazy that I'm doing a show for moms when I never thought I would be a mother. Like I went from 0 to 100. Like I'm not sure if I want a baby. Had a baby. Now I'm going to be the spokesperson for mothers. And this show is amazing. It's called The Pump and Dump Show. It's a night of love and reassurance and basically to tell moms, you're doing a fucking great job.
Yeah.
And there's prizes and it's improv and songs and it's going to be
a variety
really,
show?
Well, it's a 2-person show. My
on stage.
Yeah, my
Oh,
yeah.
I thought this was a new TV show.
No, this is a 14-month tour on the West Coast. My partner's name is Amy Albert Cobb, and she's a musician, and she's very funny. And she is singing all the songs, and I'm doing crazy monologues, and we do a lot of audience interaction, and it's a great night out for moms. That
is beautiful. Where?
Everywhere.
Can you give me the dates and all that, and I'll put it on the podcast post?
You can see it. I actually sent you guys the website. It's thepumpanddumpshow.com.
Thepumpanddumpshow.com. We'll put a link on this thread, and we'll have a click thing.
Where you can find all the dates. So we have dates until like late November right now.
I look forward to coming to see you.
You're going to love it.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
The Pump and Dump Show.
That's funny.
They call themselves a band of mothers.
That's so damn funny.
Yeah.
I love Pump and Dump.
One of their songs is Eat Your Fucking Food.
Oh my gosh.
It's just like, we feel you, mommies. We got you.
And it's almost wrap up time, but what?
Yeah.
Eat your fucking food. I chose to suffer for maybe 7 years going, eat your carrots. Stop eating just chicken nuggets. Eat your carrots. You have to eat one vegetable. No, they don't.
No.
I grew up on Twinkies and Coke.
Full on McDonald's.
And I'm more than fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's good advice for me.
Let them eat. Put out everything.
My little buddy eats like a lot of vegetables.
Oh, that's great.
He kind of digs them.
Mine all did when they're little because I was shoving in the pureed vegetables.
But when they were old enough
when they could make decisions, he's like, no, I'll only eat a ham with white bread and I won't put anything on it. I'm like, I don't buy white bread. He goes, I had it at someone's house. So
ham with white bread. That sounds like a band.
Ham with white bread?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's my next blog.
Ham with white bread.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah.
You look better.
I'm feeling better.
You really look way different than when you came in.
I got like the magical leigh infusion.
I'm going to just give you a lot of physical love too.
I need it. Let's go spoon.
Will you come to my workshop? Oh, maybe I'll have you come talk about being a new mom or something.
That'd be great.
Will you come to my workshop and we'll figure out in what capacity?
Yes.
For sure. I just want you there.
Yes.
It's in October 18th.
I loved that one I came to. Everybody should go to her workshops. They're really awesome.
Wait, you came to my workshop?
Yeah, I came there with my little writing partner, Lindsay. We came a long time ago. And then we went, I think it was in...
Oh, is that in my backyard?
No, it was like at a place.
Well, did I do a whole day thing?
No, it was like a nighttime 2-hour deal.
Oh, that's what I used to do them at here.
We came to that.
I do the little 2 or 3 hour night
I was stalking you from way back.
I forgot those.
Yeah.
I love you. You're supportive and
so supportive
successful
of you.
and kind and evolved and learning and beautiful and vulnerable.
Oh,
I like all of that.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. Subscribe to this blog. Check her out. Go to her dumpandpump.com.
Pumpandump.com.
Thank you. Pump and dump.
Thepumpanddumpshow.com.
I said dump and pump. You don't want to dump.
You don't want to dump.
And then pump.
And then pump.
Sorry about that.
That's okay, babes.
So check that out. Follow her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Come see her at my workshop. Either sit next to her or I'm not sure what she's going to do yet.
I don't know.
Something.
I'll probably be sweating. But,
You're
we're all humans.
Sweating.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hug.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you. I love you too.
I love you. I love you too.
Come here.
No, stand up.
Ow.
I like to stand up. And hug.
Can you feel my sweaty back?
No.